Welcome to Sodo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. I'm setting up part of the backdrop today for a surprise birthday for my mom. I'll catch you up later on in the video. So I have my Moxica backdrop. Some of the pieces are already connected like this, and you just have to fit that in. They separated with that elastic so it's easy to assemble, and then you have the same numbers there that you just connect each piece to, so it makes it so easy to assemble. You don't have to think, you just put the pieces that are connected by the elastic and you just find the same number on each end and connect them. But one thing I did here is I forgot to assemble the right backdrop, so later on you see me change that, but I kept this just to show you. I have this beautiful backdrop that they sent me. I realized it's wrinkled, so I decided to iron it before I put it on that arch. These fabrics are really good quality and you can iron them, wash them, and the good thing again about it is you can design whichever color you want on each side, so you can have a print on one side and a different design. I went with a black so that I would have a simple black arch for future designs. So I reassembled my 7-foot arch, the other one was 6 foot, and this is how I put the fabric on the arch. You just slide that in and try to get it all the way to the end and make it nice and straight. These legs are flexible because of storage, but you fold them like so. So once I get that straight where the black doesn't show at the front, then I'm going to show you how it just zips on the bottom to keep it all in place so it does not shift. I have to be mindful of the camera so that I can really show you guys different steps. So you zip it up just like a zipper here, and that goes all the way to the end. So we are done with the backdrop. Now we're going to figure out our arch here coming up. So the design here is to have the shimmer panels on both sides of that arch, and I'm measuring 3 pieces right now, or connecting 3 pieces, so that I can see how much of the shimmer panels I would need on each side. And I know each panel is 12 by 12 feet. So I'm assuming these 3 would work. We'll find out later on if they do or not in the video. But I'm adjusting my pipe so that once I get the right dimensions for the crossbar, then all I have to do is to assemble like I'm doing right now. So I have the 3 panels down. We're going to connect several pieces further down, and then once we have both sides of the shimmer wall that are going to go on either side of that purple and white stripe backdrop, then we'll bring our crossbar, which is already set to the height we need, and we'll attach it, and I'll try to show you a close-up of that as well. So that is one side, which will go technically on the left, but I connect my shimmer panels face down so that it's easy for me to put my crossbar, and also I can carry. I'm not making them as long, so you see me making 3 panels each here just so I have the extras for when I'm extending on the bottom. But once I have those, then I'm counting here the leftovers so I know how much I have to work with, and because at this point I don't know exactly if the height will work. This is the crossbar. I did not make any adjustments. I kept it exactly how it is. You want to put it where the shimmer wall extends, because the upright is going to go right at that point on the hook. And remember to zip tie it with the hook facing down so that you can attach it. I've made that mistake once and I don't want to repeat it. These are the zip ties. You can see I have the shimmer wall extending up as well, so it doesn't show when it's placed on the backdrop. Dorothy is going to help me put that shimmer wall up right now, and we're going to set that and just see if it's aligned with our arch. Of course, they're equal on both sides. A good thing about the shimmer walls is when you raise your backdrop, since it's straight and even, you'll know if it's aligned with the floor, then you know it's right. So that's about where it's going to go, but we have to raise it up, and you can see there's a gap where it doesn't touch the top of that arch. So we'll have to add a couple of different panels right in that corner. But first we're going to finish the bottom with those 3 piece sections that I made, and we would only need 2 on each side where it touches the floor. You can see where I had to raise up Dorothy's side so that it aligned with the floor. Now I am filling in the little pieces that fell off, and then Dorothy's gonna attach these single pieces here first to the panels that are already there, and then she's gonna zip tie them on as well. She's trying to make sure it covers everything. Okay, so you saw me last night. I set up part of the backdrop, so I'm back tonight. It's actually nighttime. I went to work yesterday, got off this morning, took a 3-hour nap or 2.5-hour nap, and I went to buy, or I want to show you what I'm doing here. So this is what you saw me do yesterday. It's still the same. So we did that. That's the entrance. I still have the balloons to do, so stay tuned for that. At least that's up. That's all I've gotten done. We still have this to transform. So as you can see, I need to move the Christmas tree. We brought the tables in. I'm setting up a huge dining table. This kind of reminds me of the Last Supper. But I'm setting up a huge dining table because we're gonna have a big family. She's actually calling me, 1 second. We're gonna have a big family dinner for her birthday. We'll close those doors or leave it open, whichever one. So that is this setup. So that's what it's gonna look like. I'm not doing anything here, so I'll switch this small chair with that one because I'm gonna set up the food right there. Still need to design something as the menu here or put her picture. I don't know yet. So that is that. Have my energy drink right there. The charger plates, I'll show you what Sabi is doing. Let's see here. We still have to clean up all this stuff from an event we had. But Sabi is washing the vases that we're going to use. Hi, Sabi. She's washing the vases right here, prepping them here. These are all the flowers we got. When I woke up, we stopped at Sam's to get all the flowers. I hope they are enough. We're going to make all that. I'm ironing the tablecloths. Tablecloths right here for these tables. I have all of them stacked here. There's 6, so not as many as we usually have sometimes for events, but one tablecloth takes a good 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm gonna start, see how much I can get done. Once the tablecloths are on the table, then the kids can help put charger plates, bring the chairs. I ordered the sashes for the chairs, and Amazon is gonna deliver it. I think they changed it to tonight, so I don't know about that. I haven't decided if I'm using gold chairs or white chairs. I'm leaning more towards white because I don't want it to have too much gold. I still want it to have kind of that airy, light feel to it. So I'm gonna iron the tablecloths and I'll catch up with you guys later. The tablecloths are on. Richard finished ironing the tablecloths while I made the centerpieces, the flowers. This lavender runner that I'm working on here, I made a mistake and ordered a pack of 1 instead of a pack of 3. And I'm looking for the other 2 there, thinking what on earth did Amazon do, but that was my mistake. So I'm going to figure out how to fix this because I need a runner. And then I find this fabric that I bought years ago when I decided to add draping to my decor. At the time I wasn't well educated on the fabrics, and so I bought this silk fabric which I never used. I ended up buying a different purple fabric for my backdrop. You've probably seen the backdrop with the purple fabric, but this came in handy today. They're about 14 to 15 feet. I end up using 2 of these for the runner. It changes the color scheme I was going for because you see later on my champagne cups are deep dark purple, and I wanted that deep, there you go, that deep dark purple to contrast with the lavender on the table. But this runner is a true purple instead of the initial lavender I was going for. It all worked out. It all came out just fine. This was an event I wasn't trying to stress too much about. I had to crunch in hours to get it done, but I really wanted to do this for my mom because she deserves the world, and she has been so helpful, so selfless, so giving since she has been here with me and helped take care of the kids, done so much. I can't even tell you everything in a video what she does for us as a whole family. So while Richard is putting these centerpieces with Sabi, this is what we made in the kitchen. He's just gonna spread them out evenly across the table. I'm working on the balloons that are gonna go on the backdrop, creating clusters of 6, 3 of the 11 inches and 3 of the 18 inches to form the cluster. I added this other purple shade. It's it could be pink, purple, but I think it goes with the pink shades, and I have enough white to use that I had left over from Richard's Richard's 40th birthday. So we're using that in between each color, assembling things, and you can see how the balloons are pretty flexible. You can twist them around and you have a different shape and they just work with you. I kept this part of the video just so you can see that you can always make adjustments to the garland and it just gives it a different design. Some people like the organic backdrops that are straight, which is a lot of what I tend to like, but also I've been trying to not be as rigid with my being OCD. I'm not OCD, but I just say that for things to look too straight. So now I'm setting up the next arch that's gonna go on the left side, or the second garland, so that I can attach it. And we're gonna use 260 cube balloons through the shimmer wall and tie it in the middle, and then I'll create a loop like a rubber band that's gonna hold that garland in place. Like, make sure you don't tie the shimmer panels, just thread it through and just give it a good tie. Once that is done, we are going to put our balloons. Now with these rubber bands or 260Q, when you're attaching, I always try to attach it to the 11 inches because most of the time they're not going to fit around the 17 inches. I realized I want to add this other color just so it's even and it's not just sitting in the middle of the balloon on its own. So I'm going to put that on the top, but then with the filler balloon I'm going with gold. I was wanting something that will pull in that shimmer wall into my garland, so that's what I'm gonna do. Here I'm attaching some more panels, and then we're putting that other color at the very top so that we have our arch. Again, you can move the balloons around, make adjustments. We're going to attach our garland on the left side as well, and once we're done with that, we will move on to finishing up the backdrop. Now you can leave the backdrop as is. Some people would like this design just as it is, or you can add your filler balloons in whatever color you want. Daniel is helping me put the rubber bands on them. This is the easiest way and fastest way that I've found that works for me. You can install it with half 260Qs, whatever you like. So I am doing this here, and once you're done you could leave it as is, but we can't end there. I need to add flowers because there's nothing that pleases my mom's heart as much as flowers. I'm just kidding, but she loves flowers. So we had to add these flowers not only for that reason, but also because we had flowers on the table just to tie everything together. So we're putting all that here, and then we will be done except for our neon sign that we would have to put on next. Okay, the crew left. I'm still here because I really want to get most of it done so that I'm not running around tomorrow like a chicken with its head cut off, because I hate that feeling where you're not prepared, guests start coming and you're still trying to put out foods, trying to do stuff. I have to pick up the food tomorrow. The other person cooking is gonna I paid for an Uber to pick that up, but the other one I need to pick it up. So between having the kids and trying to rush to go get all that and come here, it's gonna be too much. So I want to do as much as I can, even if I get less sleep. At least tomorrow, if I'm dressed and ready, all I know I'm doing is like setting up the punch or putting the fruit tray together, or just little things and those little things can add up, because I have to wash fruit, cut it up, set it out on trays. I have to put the salad together. I need to put all the foods on the warmers, have them ready. I need to, what else? We still have the napkins because Amazon delivered after we were gone. So I still need to bring the napkins and put those on these tables here. But this is pretty much it for the backdrop. I hope you like it. I'm gonna add some purple in that corner and maybe right there to fill that bottom a little bit more. So I'll work on that. And then I was trying to do the candles, but I don't want to get too confused. So let's finish the balloons, then we'll switch. Here I'm just inflating a cluster of 4 because it's my filler. A lot of times I would just do a cluster of 4 because I don't want the bulk if I'm just filling a spot. This is another reason of how you can move balloons around. That cluster ended up at the front. Now we're working on our neon sign. I have my fishing line. I'm just gonna attach 2 on each side because I have the happy and the birthday that are going to hang one above the other. So I want 2 to hold my happy and 2 to hold the birthday sign. So I'm moving that to the front just so I can align it where exactly I want it to go. This was tricky, and this is something you need to keep in mind. If you have your neon sign, always plug it in before you attach it, even if it's one you have used before, because at the end of the day or before the event, when I plugged it in, it did not light up. The birthday didn't. Showing you what I have so far. I was only able to fit 5 warmers on the table, so I'm gonna need another table on the other side. So I moved this table further to the corner, so tomorrow when Richard gets the table from the back warehouse, then we can put that in. But we're done with the backdrop. This is what the table looks like so far. I'm just picking up and gonna turn off the lights to this side. I thought about using these smaller candles, but later on changed my mind. That's just me showing you how I did it. This video gave me a little trouble editing. I was done editing. I just needed to add some background music and accidentally deleted the video. So I'm re-editing, and I realized this part doesn't have the sound, but I'm turning off the AC and the lights, and we're gonna go to the office. We are back. Gonna tie the sashes. The napkins didn't come. They said now it's between 2 and 5. I don't know if you guys have had the same problem on Amazon where they're supposed to deliver stuff and they change the date. This can't work with the way we're doing stuff. So I have this shade of purple. So pretty much we have 3 shades of purple, but this one matches the backdrop a lot more. So I'm gonna tie these real quick, and Richard is outside clearing the snow. Let me see if you can see him. But I am going to tie these sashes real quick and then help with the cake topper and the food. I had to work as fast as possible because I still needed to go to the store to see if I could find the right napkins for this event. I needed something with purple florals. So I don't pay so much attention to the fact that one sash is longer than the other when it's tied on the ends. I pulled Daniel in to help in on the action here, and this was a bit challenging for him, but I was able to get this all done, and my friend helped out getting everything set up in the kitchen. I'm done with the chair. Let me just show you what I did. Daniel is steaming the can't even talk today. Yes, she's at home. So we have that done tying all the sorry. So I'm just gonna put the candles on and then we're ready. I need to see how we can move that tree out of the way. But let's get the candles. You're doing stretches. Come, let's put the candle. Sabi is helping me put all the candles on the table. This is something you have to do close to the event so you don't lose that light because they're all battery operated. I am really loving these candles lately because it makes things so much easy and you don't have a mess to clean. So this is what we have so far. The napkins are not gonna be here on time, so I need to find a way to get floral napkins locally, which I don't know how I'm gonna find purple floral napkins. I brought another table. Gonna work on the topper for the cake, set the cake up, then we're just gonna leave this like this and we'll clear all that, sweep, mop. I'm gonna put her picture up there and we're done. So I'll show you guys here in a little bit.
All day you're like, don't say anything. Happy birthday. You really didn't tell me. Oh, come for the venue. I know my name. Oh, really?
You had to like.
Thank you.